everybody, it's your girl Sherry, and welcome back to another episode of Alleged Actually Podcast. I am joined by my brother, Bestie, Joey. Hey, Joey.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing very, very well. So, hey guys, if you are new over here, what we do is we do reality TV recaps. We're very Bravo centric, but we do other shows. Matter of fact, I'm going to have something come up for you guys on Love is Blind. So Bria will return to recap and give her scathing thoughts on Love is Blind. So that's coming. But yeah, we do a lot of Bravo. I think a lot of you guys come over here for the Bravo content, and we are so thankful for you. We also occasionally get into some pop culture segments. So if that's your thing, you have found your home. Please subscribe. Like this video, share with a friend, hit the notification bell, all the things, guys, because we need you. We're trying to get to our next goal of 6,000 followers, and I know we can do it. So help us out. So anyway, Joey, some things, we had a week, we skipped a week or so. I actually did a short video on my thoughts on the Karen Huger interview. So if you guys haven't watched it, go check it out. But I want to know your thoughts, Joey. What were your thoughts?
I thought it was a huge waste of everyone's time. I talk about this all the time, but I feel like Andy Cohen, at this point, it's no surprise to everyone that he has his like favorites, different rules for different folks. We talk about it all the time.
Oh yeah.
She came in and did exactly what I thought. Oh, this is going to be different. No, it was not. It was like the same thing. Mm-hmm. She just talked in circles, beat around the bush. I felt like she took no accountability. I felt like he didn't hold her to the fire by any means. He has let her just go on her merry way. She just kept talking about the prescription pills. Girl, you an alcoholic. You got a DUI. It wasn't your first. It wasn't even your second. It wasn't even like your third. Like, This was like your moment to take some accountability. You know what I mean? Like, all you did on the show was talk about accountability. Here was your moment, and you failed big time. I was so disappointed in the whole thing. I was so disappointed in her. I was disappointed in Andy. I was disappointed in like the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty much my sentiments. I felt like Andy tried to double back on her, like, you're really not owning your alcohol piece. But she wasn't going to do it. And my thoughts are, I feel like, there's a lot, she just feels there's more shame, like, in saying I'm an alcoholic, but we all can see. And I almost felt like by her saying that just wasn't her problem, the pills were alone, that there's a slight, and I hope not for her. I really hope not for her. I hope she stays in recovery. But, I feel like going back on the show this soon and being around the ladies and they all drink and cast trips, and it's kind of new to be doing that. It opens the door that you might have a relapse. I hope not, but because you're really not owning it, it's my fear that if you don't think you have a problem, you think you can have a sip and go about your business, you can't. Mm-mm.
Right. That's a really good point. But I'm like even like shocked. Like, I feel like after like that poor performance, she doesn't even like deserve to be back on like the show. And like that's so sad because like I like loved her. She was like one of the main reasons that I like watched. And I'm like, girl, like they're gonna come for you. And you know what? It might be like the first time I've ever said this, but maybe they have like a right.
Oh, I hope, because where she was not held accountable in that interview, I don't think they're gonna get off her neck. I just don't. I don't, because they know stuff. You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know that they're gonna like, just throw all her skeletons out. But I think it would be harder. But Karen is just a master of, just not taking accountability. And so I don't even know. We'll see what it's like when she comes on the reunion. I'm not sure that that's going to give us anything further either, but we will see, which will be a good segue, because I do want to talk to you about Real Housewives Potomac reunion part 1 last night. But just before we get there, got to know your thoughts on Jill Zarin and her rant and subsequent firing from the Golden Life on E.
I mean, honestly, I love this journey for her. I was honestly shocked that she was asked to be part of the show in the first place. Like, do people miss Jill Zarin? I must have not gotten like that memo. I don't know. I don't miss her. I've never missed her. I thought she was an odd choice for the spinoff, and like not like a Dorinda. Not that I'm saying she's great, but that they didn't try to get Bethany. Maybe they did. Bethany's also a huge liability to a network, so I could see where that would go, right? But I was shocked with Jill Zarin anyway. I mean, her rant wasn't surprising to me. As we saw, Taylor Armstrong made like the same rant. Bethany Frankel made like the same rant. I thought the speed in which she was fired was remarkable. I mean, like there was no like discussion. Let's like talk about this.
No.
I mean, I don't even know if the video was posted for 5 minutes and they were like, bye.
They were like, out of here. No, you got to go. And I thought, you know what? Good for E. And honestly, good. I hope it's not going to teach her. But again, it was so stupid. And you're right, Joey. Who was checking for Jill Zarin? I thought, ew. And she was in the early days of New York. And I mean, even then, I didn't think she was not the standout. Wasn't one of my faves ever.
No.
Ever. Didn't miss her. Didn't understand. Love that Dorinda's going to be joining the cast. They say that, because I thought, okay, now they chose her as a replacement. They said no, that she had already been casted as a friend of. I don't know which is true. I don't care. I'm glad
because she doesn't live in Florida, right?
She does not. They're doing this, and a lot of them, which Sonia moved there. And I think Ramona has a second home there. Luann probably has one too. I don't know, but I don't know. But you know, Dorinda, she'll work it out. I mean, she's been trying to get back, honey. She had. And I loved her on Traders. We'll if we got time, we'll get to that too. But yeah, so there's that. So now I'm more excited to check it out because really didn't care about Jill anyway. So
no, not at all.
Yeah, adios. Do you understand that?
You know, all these like celebrities, I was like checking. I don't remember anyone like losing their minds over like Jennifer Lopez and like Shakira.
Nope.
And yet here we are, and we're so upset about Bad Bunny. I never understood what was so bad about it. Like, he's American. I don't really understand. I mean,
I don't get it. You know, there's genres of music. If it's not your thing, it cannot be your thing, you know, but I always watch it. I enjoy the production of it. You know, I love to see what they're going to do with it. We all have our faves and we all have those that we don't really listen to. Okay, who cares?
Yeah, I'm sure there are plenty of people that didn't like Beyonce or didn't like Bruno Mars or didn't like,
or didn't like Kendrick Lamar. I mean,
right. You
know what I mean?
I'll be honest. Like, I'm not a huge like rap fan in general. So like, I liked Bad Bunny way more than I like Kendrick Lamar. It has nothing to do with him personally. It's just my style of music.
I love rap, but Kendrick is new. You know, I'm old school. So when they did the Snoop Dogg and the Dr. Dre,
love that one.
That was everything. But I mean, Kendrick Lamar, I don't know the songs other than the one that just kept playing over and over and over. But no, I would never, you know what I mean? So it's not, everything is not going to be for everybody. That would be stupid to think. So I thought it was just, to me, it screamed louder in other things that was a big deal. That was, to me, I was so disappointed in not only her, but people that I personally know. I thought, guys, come on, you know. But that's a topic for another day, maybe even another show. So, Joey, let's talk a little bit about Real Housewives of Potomac. First of all, let me just say this. Sitting down, because, you know, we talked about dresses a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
But sitting down, I got to give it to the ladies. They all look good to me. You know, we didn't have Monique out there yet, but I thought, as far as cohesively, they all look good. I was just, Angel's hair, I thought, girl, you better have a Veronica Lake wave. I mean, that was gorge.
It was, but my issue with Angel was her dress was the wrong size.
Yeah.
Nothing that was happening here was attractive.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll definitely give you that. I didn't love Giselle's thing. Giselle has a bad habit of frumping herself down. Um, it wasn't that it was a frumpy dress. I just think an off the shoulder it didn't work great for her, but it wasn't horrible.
It wasn't good though, and her hair was atrocious.
I wish somebody could get her hair the right blonde so when she puts the piece on, we don't have orange versus. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, get a good colorist that can get it to match, or get the right hair piece to match the color of your hair. And that looks so tacky to me.
Yeah.
But I thought Stacy looked beautiful. I even have to give it to Ashley to have those tendrils coming down. It slimmed that big forehead. Just saying.
I know, but that dishcloth that she tried to call a dress was not good. I did not like it at all. Where was the rest of it?
No. Ashley loves to give bimbo. That's her thing. You know what I mean? It's her thing. So, okay, gotta know. What did you think about the whole production in the beginning, the montage of Wendy, and then the scene with her and Eddie? Do you think performative?
So performative. So performative. Like I should probably eat, but I have no appetite. Shut up. And again, and they did bring this up in the early part of the reunion, which I love. I love that they just addressed the elephant in the room, like right off with the rip. You know, kudos, Wendy, for showing up, though. I will give you that.
Fair.
Because I think it's like, we talked about this. I think it's sad. I think that Wendy had one of her best seasons she's like ever had. And then it leads into this, like, you know, federal like lawsuit like disaster. But it was super performative. And I think the issue is you came on so preachy, right? You've been preaching to us for 5 seasons.
Yes.
And look how that ended. Well, you know, better back up that attitude and that superior priority complex that you have, because clearly, you know.
I mean, that's an humbling moment. I mean, if that doesn't humble you, nothing will. I mean, good gracious. Yeah, I felt like, you know, good on them for Andy to go on ahead, like you said, ripping the Band-Aid off. I don't know that he asked the right questions, but he's not done with her. So there'll be more to follow with questions. I don't think she overly evaded. She said what I guess she could.
Yeah, because like they're in like the middle of this. Like, really, what could she probably talk about? Like, nothing.
Right. So I was like, that's fair. I wouldn't beat her for that. She shouldn't. I thought she looked stunning, though. My God, she looked stunning.
Absolutely gorgeous. I think that she always brings it for like the reunions, especially, but this was her best to date for sure.
By far, she looked like Jessica Rabbit, honey. I mean, she was flawless. I was like, okay, I am not mad. But yeah, I love that they addressed Ashley's nasty messiness.
Yeah.
That was good.
And I felt like right to like the fans. The fans normally like you, but they felt like you were different this season. Yeah. And her and Giselle are nightmares.
They are disgusting, mean girls, just to be mean, you know? I wished Angel had found her voice on the season, but I was proud of her for standing up for herself already. Kiara fell flat per usual.
Yeah, she got to go. Girl, you are fumbling this opportunity real bad.
So bad. Stacy does what Stacy does. I mean,
we're not sure what it is she does, but she does it well.
She does it well. I mean, weird. I can't figure her out completely. I don't know if she's acting or it's performative or if that. I think she truly does have some quirks, but I think, you know, she's smarter than she puts on the act. I even saw where, I can't remember who said something, and she did that slow smile, like she went, and I thought, girl. She's good for the show, though.
You know what, though? I love her. I did think it's funny that Andy pointed out, like, a lot of times we find that housewives get gassed up by, like, the fans, and then, like, they change a little bit, like, but I don't know if she's going to change. Like, she's the same quirky person. I don't know. I really like her. I would watch her all day, especially compared to some of these other people that are serving nothing. Like Giselle and
Literally.
Ashley, they gotta go. Like their time is up.
It is. It so is. It is. Yeah. And I don't know. Tia, I'm still on the fence with her. I don't know.
Really promising start, really chose the wrong sides of the battlefields, in my opinion.
1000%. So as far as part ones, it was decent. We got to go
Yeah.
over some things that needed to be addressed. I think Wendy was right. It was right to address Angel with why does she have so much smoke for Wendy when it was Giselle, the whole catfish thing, which was drug on a bit. She just seemed to want it to be Wendy and not want it to be Giselle when Giselle was the one that was so awful to her. Um, yeah, the whole Stacy, Happy Eddie, Shio thing. Yeah, who cares? You don't have the market on that. There are so many people that are going to do that. Should have
No,
been honest, but
she should have been. But her explanation, honestly, like for me, was like, okay. It wasn't like she had to like think about like a lie. She was like, I was in many meetings about many different things. There was no business to tell you about. Okay.
Fair. I'll take it too.
Looking for any reason to hate on her. And it's so weird to watch. Like, you guys have nothing else going on in your lives besides Stacey?
I know. And did you see the fake claps about when Angie showed her Vanity Fair? When Stacey made it at the Vanity Fair for, and they were all just like, I mean, I was like, hate all you want.
And finally, Giselle lost first chair.
Yes.
I love to see it because that pissed her off.
She was so ready to sit by Angie, and he was like, "Oh no, Wendy's sitting there. What am I supposed to do? Hold her hand?" He was like, "You can do whatever you feel, whatever, but it's Wendy's chair."
Want from that second seat. Bye, girl.
No, it was so good to me.
Yep. Love to see it.
Loved it.
And then she gets to look across at Stacey in first seat.
It was everything. So good. So good. All right, guys. Well, we're not doing a full recap on our HOP. Maybe if one of the parts just blow us away, we will. But we will give you our thoughts. Part one was decent. I think, we're going to be back for part two, honey. That's what we do. So, yeah. But we are here to talk about the ValleyPersian style. I'm so excited because a lot of times I'll do a poll to see what does everybody feel? And I listed out Beverly Hills, ROHP reunion, Traders. Y'all came through and wanted that ValleyPersian style. So it won 73%. So here we are giving y'all just exactly what you want. And I get it. It's good.
Yeah, it is good.
It's so good. So what are you thinking? Because we are at episode 7. That's what I'm prepared to do the full recap on. But want to get your thoughts as a whole of the season thus far, and then we'll get into the particulars of what episode 7 was giving. So,
I mean, I think overall, it's been really good. I feel like obviously we have our core 3 that everyone knows back as our anchors, but the other people that they casted that they're friends with, even the villains, are really good TV.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, I would take someone obviously Sky is the villain of the show.
Absolutely.
But she plays the villain role really well because I really do believe that in real life she is this villain.
Yeah.
We have my new favorite Bravo couple, Amir and Natasha, who I am just completely obsessed with them. I'm obsessed with their family. I'm obsessed with their story. I'm obsessed with everything about them.
Yeah.
Reza Jackson, I mean, the man was made for TV. For better or for worse, I'm here for it. When he's on TV, I find him captivating. I find everything about him captivating, from his style to the fact that he's possibly the wildest one there, which I mean, kudos. I find what's happening with MJ and Tommy, now that we know what we know, to be very interesting. Ironically, the person that I'm least thrilled with, I guess, is Reza, which is really, really weird because I love Reza.
Me too.
But I feel I'm just I don't know, a little bored by whatever's happening with him. Or maybe the other people are very much more interesting. So I'm I don't know.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it's like so phenomenal. So phenomenal.
I agree. I am blown away by, I'm gonna call her MJ, or now they say it, Mercedes. But her growth, I'm blown away by her growth. Um, I do love the new cast, and it took me a while because a lot of people's criticism at first was like, "Oh God, they have all these people. How are we going to get to know?" They are so captivating, and they bring so much to the story that I quickly got to know them. So
Yeah.
I can run them down. You know what I mean? And that's a big ensemble cast. I mean, and it's not as if we had to get to know like the friend group, some of them from the Valley, but there were some that we already knew. So outside the core three, we had a lot of folks to get to know. But kudos to them for being so interesting that we were so invested in them. And now couldn't imagine the show without any of them. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I completely agree. I think the casting part was great on their behalf, because I mean, like, I feel like, again, right, it's a show where this is like real people and like real friendships and real relationships, and you feel it, you see it, it's different, and I really do believe that they're just like living their like lives, and it's interesting.
It 1000%. 1000%. So we're gonna get into it. This is off the heels of the Palm Beach trip, when Reza was being messy, and brought up the fact that Sky, when Tanin has her serum line, and when she brought it over, Sky kind of rubbed it on her hands and then rubbed it on her dog, and it hurt Tanin's feelings. So she had a conversation with Reza. Reza brought it up kind of messy at the dinner table, but let me say this. Sky had it coming because she has this nasty elitist attitude about not want to live in the Valley, wanting all this big mansion that they truly can't afford, clearly, and that's co-signed by her own husband. And just this "I'm better than you" attitude. And I just think it was pissing Reza off. And he was just like, "And you're not even a good friend to your friend." And you know what I mean? Kind of spiraled that way. He didn't have to do it that way because, that was messy. But
it's what Reza does best.
It is. Reza's messy. He's messy. So off the heels of that, they fell out, which, I thought Golnesa was going to get her. And I was, listen.
Let me tell you, it's been years and years since we've had Golnesa on our screen.
Right?
And I was like, oh, are we going to see like a new Golnesa? No, not really. No. Because let me tell you, Sky pulled that Golnesa out like we haven't seen in years.
Yeah. She did, and Dennis did a little bit too. She was looking for the knives on Dennis. She's like, "Whoa, buddy, I need to," but that's a little different scenario. But yeah, Sky brought that out of her, and then I'm proud that she was able to dial it back. But I thought, Sky, keep talking. That ain't the one. But okay.
Yeah.
Because I will say, sadly, least growth I've seen her, other than I do like that she does make herself walk away some, where she used to not. But she's got some growing up to do. Yeah. So we open up with, I thought this was so cute. Reza J puts together a lunch, which they do.
You call it a lunch, I call it an ambush.
It was kind of an ambush, but it was the intent behind it was so sweet. So that he could bring them together, because neither knew that the other was going to be there. And so he brought them together in hopes that they could, try to find, squash the beef and, become the friends that they all, want them to be and that they were. I thought it was so cute that he took their pocket.
So they couldn't leave. He took their purse away. I did. So they couldn't leave. That was it.
And here's what I thought was interesting. So, and I don't know why. I mean, I know that Greg had a piece in it. I don't know why Sky is so hell-bent that Greg started it. Because I'm thinking, was I watching the same thing?
Me and you were watching the same thing. Yeah. I think that Sky's experience was very different than what actually happened. Because she will not let it go. Well, your husband started it, blah, blah. Yep. No, Reza started it. We all saw Reza start it.
We did. And I'm thinking, okay. And Tannen tells her as a friend, like, look, you literally, a lot of your problem is because she was like, you didn't defend me or whatever. And it's like, it's indefensible. You act like you're better than everybody. And Sky doubles down and says, I am.
It's wild. And like,
Is
my thing is like, off like the rip, when we were told like the two of them were like best friends, I was like, I don't see this like at all. They're very different people.
Very different.
I mean, granted, we're only 7 episodes in, but still, they're very different people. And I don't understand like how anyone could be friends with Sky or anyone would choose to be friends with Sky. She doesn't seem fun at all. She's
nasty.
Is nasty and rude and like you said, like elitist, like ugh. And I'm like, this whole time that they're at like this like luncheon, I'm like, Tanin, grab your purse from RJ and run for like the hills, because this woman's a friend to no one.
No. I really felt like, Tannen did try she did apologize for the fact that, okay, maybe I shouldn't have had that conversation with Reza about how it hurt my feelings with how you did my serum, which I thought, girl, you shouldn't have apologized because you couldn't have told her, she wouldn't have cared. I thought it was so low class that she kept bringing up, that Sky kept bringing up that Tannen never paid full price for her jewelry. And I'm thinking, girl, she's like, girl, I've spent thousands of dollars on your jewelry. And she's like, we're friends, but it's not like I don't support you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I thought that was very lowbrow. But, and then Sky does apologize for the skincare mess up with her not supporting her the way that she should. But she still feels that Tannen, I'm not saying her name right. It's Tannen. That's what I keep saying. Tannen.
Yeah, well, I feel like they keep saying Tannen, but I thought it was Tanin at first, but
I keep hearing say Tannen. But anyway, if I'm mispronouncing it, guys, put it in the chat. Just correct me. I'll get it right next week. But I felt like she didn't have her back. So let's just say at this lunch, there was no resolve. They are still in the same place that they were. Yeah. And is what it is. I just feel like, to me, and this is even watching previous episodes, I feel like there's some jealousy that Sky has for Tannen. I do. And I don't know. She has a lot going on. And her marriage, that poor bomb shot, I feel so bad for him.
And you know what? Like, the way that she treats him, which I know, like, we'll get to, like, that, like, dinner scene or whatever, but, like, is so, like, degrading and dismissive and awful. And, like, this is what she's showing on camera. So imagine what, like, it goes on, like, behind closed doors.
I know.
And yet the man still shows up and defends her every chance he gets.
He does.
Did he defend her in the heat of the moment in
Palm Springs? No.
But you know what? Like, how do you defend like the indefensible? I don't know. I mean, I know it's his like wife and like whatever, and like that's like his like job, but like I mean, ugh.
Don't you think? I mean, she was attacking folks. Like, how could he hop in there when I felt like she was the aggressor partially, and she was wrong. I mean, once she got 100%. Going, it was great. So
disgusting.
So next we go to MJ and Tommy, and she's talking about the concern that she has about, needing to make money, needing to sell a house, basically needing to be the breadwinner because, he's working on a podcast network.
But like, since when? Like developing or something, she said. Like, I was like, the whole time, like, does Tommy have like a job? Like, what does he do?
I know. And I have so many opinions on them as a couple. It makes me sad because, I mean, okay, I feel like, and we're going to get through the conversation of what they had. She talks about Tommy not showing up for things. That's a big thing this time. He's not coming to any of the events. And for her, and as we know, I mean, these people, they're like family to her. And particularly, the core three, and we all know him and Reza fell out. They did. And I have my thoughts on that because there was fault on both sides for sure.
Yeah.
It Reza got really dark.
Reza was indefensible.
Agreed, 1000%. And Tommy's a hothead. Tommy, is he not from Boston? If he's not, he sounds like it.
He is from is it Boston or like New York? I'm trying to think. Remember he brought her to like visit his friends and family. Was it Boston or was it like New York?
I can't remember, but he gives off Boston, but he also could give off New York too, child. So it's either. He's just one of, he's just one of those. I don't know, like all right, let me get through this part and then I'll tell you my thoughts because I don't want to. So she talks about him not showing up to things, and Tommy talks about his feelings about what he went through with the Reza thing. So we come to find out, I mean, it wasn't just he had to go to anger management. He actually got arrested. He had to go to therapy. But he acted like a wild animal. I mean,
right. Those were his own actions. I mean,
it really was.
He faced someone's property on camera.
Yeah. I mean, he was out of his mind. I'm sitting there watching that scene like, God, it was scary. Yeah. It was scary. Yeah. So, I mean, they had no choice but to call the police on him. I would do the same. I mean, that was ridiculous.
Yeah. And then after, like, you have time to, like, reflect. The reflection is, I broke a plant. I wanted to break his legs. Sir, you're still on national television.
Yeah, it was scary. But, I think for him, it's deeper. I think he just felt like, because Reza said some things he should not have. And MJ had a really hard time having their son, even to the point where, her health, like she literally could have been deceased by this. I mean, It was serious. So his emotions were high, and Reza and MJ were not getting along. It was really dark for them. And I really felt like that wasn't that their last season. I mean, I was so upset with Reza. I was just so upset with the whole thing. I want to say that's when shots. Well, they might have got another season.
I think they had one more after that.
That was the beginning of the end.
They were really bad during the COVID reunion where they were all Skyping. Oh, but then I believe that they had one more in-person reunion after that.
Yeah.
But even then, like, even though they were like working on things, they were never back to like themselves. At least we never saw that until this show started, because like I said, the things that Reza did those past 2 seasons were, like I said, like indefensible.
Agreed. Very, yeah. So, and Tommy's angry about his lack of support and him not wanting to be around the friends. And it just seems like that the two of them are at a crossroad at this point. I think what I was going to say that I find sad, and we'll revisit it too, they have another scene, is though Tommy clearly loves her, and he is who he is. It's just like, I feel like MJ just has outgrown the man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like when they first met, it was like, wow, this guy really like loves her because she's a hot mess, and he's just showing up and defending her and loving all her imperfections. And even his relationship with like Vita was like so different. Like, when we've seen like how she treated like other men that MJ brought around. I'll never not laugh about the "you are dog walker." Like, oh my god, like, Vita, like,
I love Vita.
But my thing is, like, this relationship, it's doomed from the get, because if you remove yourself from your significant other's life in such a way, like, she's filming a show, you're not showing up for the show, you dislike even the friends that you do not have an issue with, you're not involved in her friendships at all. Like, that's not going to go anywhere.
No.
If my boyfriend didn't come to anything I did, or didn't want to talk to any of my friends, or vice versa, that's never going to work.
It's not.
So I feel like that Tommy that we knew that would like do anything, be everywhere, love her, it's not like the same though, because you're choosing to leave out this huge part of her life that she keeps telling you, this is important to me, and you just don't care.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Good point. All right. I thought this was cute. It was just a little blurb, but Golnesa and Elijah and that whole cop walkie-talkie thing. Her son is so funny to me. He's so cute. But I'm thinking, why is that baby worried about somebody going in their house and stealing all their money at his age? Like, what? Why?
I don't know, but let me tell you, with those dogs, I would not be worried about anyone breaking inside that house.
Right. But
you know what? Actually, forget the dogs. With your crazy mother, ain't no one breaking inside that house.
No. No, absolutely not. I think you're safe, baby. But I just thought, oh, that's concerning at his age that he's like not feeling safe, you know?
I know.
Then we go over to Reza having the jeweler there, and he has MJ come over, and they're talking about having his dad's ashes created in some sort of lab created diamond for a pendant. It was
weird to me because in the Jewish religion, I mean, maybe obviously they were not Orthodox, but cremation is against the beliefs. So the fact that he has his dad's ashes, when he keeps talking about how his dad was this like Jewish man, it's really odd to me.
See, that's something I didn't know.
Yeah, like when Jews, like religious Jews die, like that's why they have to be in the ground in like 48 hours, like whatever it is, because like you're not supposed to embalm, you don't touch, you don't mess with the body at all. Oh. And that's why like you can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery if you have any piercings, if you have any tattoos. The body is sacred, you don't alter it, you don't touch it, you don't whatever. So then when he pulled the ashes out, and I was like, huh. I mean, again, like maybe they're like not like religious. Like I don't know.
But he did make mention of it a lot, as if that was, he did.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay. Well, that scene was where that's what he wanted to do. And apparently the price tag on that is $28,000.
$28,000.
Listen.
You couldn't even get your dad like a nice urn though. He was in like a cardboard box.
No, and then they brought out, I'm like, dude.
And like a Ziploc.
I know. It blew my mind. But I mean, it was where he was emotional, reflecting on him and his dad's relationship. And also, I thought it was sweet. It was also a look back at the relationship that he has with MJ. The fact that when her father passed, they did, they threw his ashes out in the water. And of course, it kind of blew back. I've always been weirded out by that because that does happen a lot.
We should have happened on more than just one Bravo show.
Yeah, we have. Heather DeBro's dad. I was like, oof, yeah. So, and it's happened on more. I want to say, didn't
Beverly Hills, didn't that happen with Merce?
Yeah, it did. It happened
with, on all of them.
It happened with Sonia Morgan's dog. It happened. It happens, guys. But it was also, I thought, a very sweet look back over the fact that the two of them, glad that they worked out their issues because they had been close for so long, since like high school, since young.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm glad to see that Reza in the end worked out his differences with his father, because on Shaw's we saw a very different relationship than he's speaking about now, which is great.
You know what? I was thinking about that too, Joey, because I was like, now, am I crazy? Because he used to cry about the fact that his father did not accept him at first. And a lot of things.
Remember him in like the early seasons, him and MJ went to like Long Island or whatever to visit his dad. And they had like that big emotional talk where he's like, you didn't even care if I was like alive or dead. You didn't check in. You didn't anything. So, I mean, the way that he speaks of him in this show now, I mean, obviously they fixed things.
And then, his dad went through Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is a slow changing, and sometimes you'll get to see endearing pieces as their personalities change with that. And then hopefully that it wasn't even just that, just over time, I hope that they just made amends and worked on their relationship, and maybe his father apologized. I don't know. But it's good that, he's honoring his dad. And so there's that. Then we this is when MJ tells Reza about the Twilight opening of Golnesa's sister Layla's house. And Reza, of course, is concerned. Now, I didn't know, and I mean, I knew that Gigi and her sister could not stand each other on Shaw's. More of it, Golnesa versus Layla. Layla just seemed to kind of criticize her sometimes, and I felt like that's where it kind of came from. But I didn't know that after all this time, it was still that deep.
Same.
You know, I mean,
I don't understand.
Right.
You got your kids have first cousins. Like, and my thing is, like, the entire 9 seasons of Shaw's of the Sunset, there was never like a legitimate reason for them like not getting along. It wasn't like something like huge happened in their like lives.
Nope. I just remember one scene that they got into it. I just feel like she feels like, you know, Layla judges her or doesn't approve, or, you know, and then there may be some jealousy because the dad just takes care of everything for Gigi despite all of the stupid stuff that Gigi would do. You know what I mean? All that stuff can cause sibling rivalry. Because he's just now looking to cut her off, and he should have been done that. I'm thinking.
The fact that in one of like the first episodes of this show that she says like her first ever paycheck was from Bravo.
I know. Joey.
What? And you out living in Beverly Hills, like
I know,
and like new cars and stuff. Like, what? Must be nice.
It must be, but you know what? It cripples you because you know Daddy ain't gonna be her always. I mean, Daddy's money might, but listen, I don't know, but I was just like, girl, you ought to be ashamed because you know she did have her cannabis line for a little bit. I don't know what happened with that, and then
me either. And she was like one of like the first like people to like get on board like real early, where you didn't even hear about stuff like that anymore,
right? So
I was like shocked to hear about that. But now she has this like sex toy line.
And I've heard nothing about it's gross. I listen, and I don't understand that, but we'll get to that a little bit too. So basically Reza's telling her, hey, you know, Gigi doesn't get along with her sister, so you know, you're gonna have that conversation with her. Okay. But they don't in this scene, but they do later. Then we have the Sky and Bombshot dinner. And yeah. And that's when, she tries to tell her husband about the lunch she had with Tanin. Well, she felt ambushed because it was the Reza J setup. She still maintained that Greg started it. And she is so mad that he didn't defend her in Palm Springs. But we see, though, 2 days later, he addresses the guys and he checks them like, hey, don't come from my wife. Don't come from my family. I just, you know, he did talk about that Sky is extremely self-centered. He knows that. He just seems so defeated and so unhappy.
That's a great word.
Yeah. And it seems like there is nothing he can do to please the woman.
No, you know? And I love when he said, like, when have you ever had my back? When have you ever come to my aid? Like, never. He said that he feels like he's, like, alone all the time. Like, that's so crazy. And yet you're still out here defending your monster of, like, a wife.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And, I mean, you know, all the guys feel so sorry for him. And the girls, too. I don't know about that marriage. Outside of he seems very dedicated, very loyal. I don't know. And apparently she has a backstory, and maybe we'll get to know more about that, but I don't
care what her backstory is. It's never going to make me defend her awful behavior.
Agreed. Completely agreed. So then we go over to Natasha and Amir, and they have the cutest kids.
I'm like so obsessed with them. They are my Danny and Nia of the ValleyPersian style.
Yes, exactly. I agree with you 1,000%. They are so cute. And they're planning a pool party. You know, they're going to have the kids come because they're thinking, I mean, you know, how crazy can we get around the kids? You know what I mean? I'm thinking. And then we go over to the Weed Cafe. And Reza, Golnesa, and MJ meet up. And That's when she tells him about her dream home, Golnesa's, by the way, that's gonna cost her $14,000 a month to lease a home. Joey, I
Girl,
just
you still don't have a job except for Bravo.
I I I I got it. And that Dennis is going to be offsetting this by 3K. And I'm thinking, whoa, not Dennis, not the one you wanted to cut and chop up, and you invited him on, it wasn't even your trip, on Adam's trip, and then you want your friends to kick him off. And child, listen.
And I'm sorry, even like the 3K differential. How are you affording $11,000 a month in rent?
That's what I'm saying. 3K. It's not like that's gonna take you over the threat. 3K of $14,000.
I'm going to Dennis. I thought she was going to be like, well, Dennis is going to pay 10 G's a month, and I'd be like, okay, you can maybe come up with 4. Okay. I don't understand. And what do you need 6 bedrooms for? It's you and your son.
I don't get it. I do not get it. I don't know. But and I don't understand their relationship anyway. And look, I get it, the fact that they had this like 2-second long marriage, and then he gets engaged to one of her best friends. But she married him to get back at her ex. Just the whole thing is so it's so stupid. You know what I mean? It's so stupid. And yet she feels like they're going to be in business together. She's entitled to his money. Like he owes her. Owes her what?
We're not sure.
Yeah.
We're not sure. And this business that they're in, is it like new? I've never heard of these products. I didn't know that this was like a venture of hers.
And not just is being an adventure. Is there a market? I mean, don't get me wrong, Golnesa is gorgeous, but is she this sex kitten that, people?
No, I mean,
no.
I mean, you're never going to beat out bedroom candy, let's be honest. So I really don't know. I really don't know.
Right.
I don't know. And I mean, let's be honest. He's not giving sexy anything.
Oh, he's giving sleeves, not just, you know what I mean? I mean, she's going to be the face of it, which, like I said, I think she's absolutely gorgeous. I get it, but it just doesn't make sense. I mean, what was your business plan? I don't, is there a need for this? I mean, I just don't get it. Okay. I mean, that's not my thing anyway, but I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why they think they're going to make all this money.
What the hell happens to the weed business? Potomac doing great on like the weed business, apparently. I don't know.
And listen, who better? You know what I mean? Now that's what we know her for. And I mean,
literally,
get behind that.
24/7.
24/7. She could represent it all day. She can tell you the best stuff to smoke, how you can smoke it, where you can get it, she can make it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like that makes sense. That makes sense. This.
And I mean, like back in the day, I remember like looking at her website. I mean, she had way early on before it was like mainstream. She had the creams and like the chapsticks and like, I mean, she had everything.
Yeah.
And what happened?
I wonder I don't get it. Because that's the business that if he was a smart businessman, that's what I would say partner with her on. But who am I? Yeah. Okay. So at this point, MJ went ahead and told her about the Twilight opening. And Gigi's like, I'm not coming. And she's like, I feel like you're overstepping. That's my family. She starts to get angry. However, because we find out, clearly the sisters still don't get along, or at least Gigi does not get along with her sister. And MJ tries to keep her calm. Reza says, it's rude for you to say, don't be coming from my family, or overstepping, because MJ and Layla have a relationship also for a long time. They've all been friends. So it's not like.
Yeah, I feel like they're all closer to Layla's age than they are to Golnesa's.
Golnesa's the young, yeah.
Golnesa was their friend's younger sister.
Exactly. So that's why Reza was like, girl, what are you talking about? And then to be shady, Gigi's like, well, is Tommy coming?
You know what though? It was a really good defense. Because I mean, it shut them up, because you're not going to sit here and ride Golnesa when your husband's not coming.
No. No. So I was like, touche. She got you.
She did. She did.
She did. And so this is when Reza decides, he offers like an olive branch, and he decides he's going to text Tommy, which I thought, that's brave. I mean, and that's big. You know what I mean? And so at this point, Reza's really trying to fix this because he's starting to see it's just not getting any better. Where he seems like he's over it, he realizes, he even said on Watch What Happens Live, you know, Tommy's like back in 1990 something, and I'm here, you know, like, in other words, he's holding on to old stuff. I'm over it. But the consequences that Tommy had, I think he just, I know he sees his part, but I don't think he thought it was going to go there, and he just can't seem to let it go. And that's probably part of his personality. I don't know, but we do. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. If someone on national television talked about my wife's uterus exploding and abortions and like, she's like on her deathbed and you're calling and yelling at her about like some he said, she said bull crap, like, you don't go visit like your best friend who almost died in like the hospital. Like,
it was all kinds of,
yeah, it was rough.
It was rough. And again, that's why I said it went dark. And at that time, they had the wrong other cast, the supporting cast. Some of those girls they had on there, they were just all wrong. It just added to the darkness. It just, bad look for Reza too. So, yeah, I'm glad that him and MJ were able to, you know, get past it.
Trust me, I never thought we'd see that after what they went through those last 2 seasons.
I know. So, then we have Natasha and Amir discussing the vasectomy deal. I definitely get her point.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they have the 3 babies. You know, he even said, like, you know, I don't know that I want a 4th. And she's like, all right, well, then, you know, take care of that. But I think, I mean, because what she's saying is like, so what do you mean? You don't know if this is going to work and you want to just go start another family? I mean, and I get that. But I guess from his perspective, he had his first marriage. You know, they wanted to have these kids. He had no idea that his wife was going to pass away. And, you know, I think there's more emotional ties to it. I hope they get past that. I mean, because I don't know. I don't think she's not going to do it. So.
No, well, for women, it's like this like big surgery. For
yes, it
men,
is.
It's like nothing. The downtime's what, like 24 hours? I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I just don't think it's like that big of a deal. I've never been in that scenario. I never will be in that scenario.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of men in my family would like, God, it's like the worst thing ever. My brother, God rest his soul, he did it. And it was more of a minor surgery. I, of course, had to take the helm and get the whole tubal ligation. I had to have that done twice because the first one didn't take. I had twins after. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. But it is harder on a woman's body. So I get that conversation. They'll work it out. I mean, you know.
I also didn't really understand what was happening in like that scene at all, though, because they put the kids to bed, and
they
then
were grooming
she
themselves,
was like curling her hair.
Yes.
I was like, he was like shaving his face. I was like, are they going out? I don't know. Yeah. I was like all confused on what was happening.
I was confused too because she was getting down with those curls. I'm like, okay, girl, that is going to look good. But I'm thinking to go to bed.
Yeah, maybe, I mean.
Don't they have a nanny, I think, or they did when they were out in Palm Springs. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It appeared they were getting ready to go somewhere. I know you're not going to do all that to go get in the bed. You're not going to sit there and take that time to curl your hair. Not like that. I'm like, girl. And she looked good too. I mean, she was curling it up too.
I just think that she's so beautiful.
She is absolutely
I think that he's so attractive. I love them. I find like their emotional like vulnerability with like, each other is like attractive. I just like love everything about them.
I do too. I really do. I love when they're seen. I like looking at them.
Yeah, and like last time where like last episode where they were talking about the like the medium in Palm
Yeah.
Springs, and he was like talking about like, if I go visit like my wife's like site, I would love for you to come with me. Like that's just like, oh,
It is so, I know, so touching, so
amazing.
sweet. It is amazing. They're just really in tune. So that's why I said that they'll work it out. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think so too.
yeah. At this point, Tannen and Reza meet for lunch, and he tells her about the boys' night, where I guess when Bombshad came in and told him, "Hey, don't do that again. Don't. That was disrespectful." Um, and he was like, but he tells her how Bombshad also got his butt handed to him by his wife. And he then apologized to Tannen about bringing the whole serum thing, and Tannen tells him about her upbringing, about Sky's upbringing. And this is when we find out that something happened with her family, where at this point she literally came into the relationship with Tannen and Greg feeling like she had no family, and they took her in as family, which is why it was so hurtful to her the way that she's acting. So that's why I said there's some sort of backstory there. Because I'm sorry, she said I don't understand her elitist attitude because of her beginnings, and that's what Reza says. I mean, you come from humble beginnings, honey.
Right, and it seems like the opposite of how she would be. Like
Right?
I feel like the way she acts and her personality doesn't give me you had a tough upbringing.
No, it doesn't.
I feel like you'd be like a little bit more humble and like loving.
But sometimes those are the exact ones that try to dissociate themselves from where they come from, and they want all these grandiose things, and they want to be something that they always wish they were growing up because they didn't have it. So that happens
Valid.
sometimes, and she seems to be ate up with it. Um, Tannen basically says that at this point, their friendship will not be repaired unless she changed drastically. So
Good luck.
definitely. Then we go back over to Mercedes, MJ, and Tommy, and she's talking a little bit about the podcast. Now, again, I'm still perplexed because I never even knew they had a podcast. It's never popped up on my feed. You know, I follow a lot of them. I would think with the stuff I watch, I would have seen it. I mean, I've seen her do a lot of stuff with Jeff Lewis, which um I've never seen it, but
I've
she
never
did.
seen it either.
Mm-mm. She said though one of the things that were good about it, it was one of the places that they had the healthiest communication. You know, when they were recording together, that's when they could have the healthiest dialogue, and they were talking and getting things out. So that was the positive thing. Um, and then we find out that Tommy did respond to Reza's text, which
Shocked.
I was, because I thought he was not. Or I thought that he would be enraged that Reza even had the nerve to text him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I thought like his like response was very like mature.
Yeah, it was. It was. And he wants to have a conversation after filming is done, not on camera, all that. Totally respect that.
Yeah, me
Totally.
too.
Totally. So, and this is when she tells him that at one point she used to feel passionate about their relationship. And he's like, so you don't feel passionate anymore? And she was kind of like saying like, and I don't feel safe. And I thought, ooh, that's deep. Or like that she used to. And he agrees at that point to go to therapy. So
I mean, it shouldn't have taken TV cameras in your home to
it
want to go to
shouldn't have.
therapy.
I just, the problem I think that she has, like I said, but she's dealt with him so long. I mean, the way he talks to her, I know he's joking a lot of the time, but it's gross. The way he talks to her, like I said, it is joking, but what woman wants to be the butt of every joke? You want to feel beautiful. You want to feel like your man adores you. And even though I believe deep in his heart, he does. But his brassness, and I'm quite sure it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
So,
especially when you feel like you're the sole provider, like she
that
talks about
part.
like how much pressure she feels to sell homes and to keep the house afloat and blah blah. And I'm like, well, you're in a partnership. Like, what does he do? We don't know.
We don't know. Outside of teaching Shamps to talk crazy to his mama like he does, I'm thinking, no, sir. She had to beg the little boy for a hug. He's like, okay. Like,
Yeah.
oh, too much. All right. So at this point, we're now at Natasha and Amir's pool party, and everyone is trickling in. Reza tells Tanin and Adam about the $14,000 lease. Again,
Of
him
course
being
he does,
messy.
because
You know what I
God
mean?
forbid Reza be anywhere without spilling tea about someone else, and it's always Golnesa.
I know, and I felt for her and he had just got out of his mouth about Dennis, offsetting it by $3K. And shortly there, she walks up, and they were like, "Oh, we were just talking about you and 14,000." And she's like, "Of course you were." You know what I mean?
The second time, and we're only 7 episodes in that exact situation has happened.
I know. I was just like, and they ask, if Sky is coming, and she did not respond. At this point, I saw where Vita showed up before MJ. I was like, oh, okay, Vita's here. And I was like, okay, well then here comes. No.
Speaking of people that haven't changed,
Joey, that scene with her and the lifeguard. Oh my God.
I actually wrote it down because I wanted to comment on it, but like, Vita telling the lifeguard how to do his job is the most on-brand thing we've seen in quite some time.
But you know what? Looking at it from a grandma's perspective or a mom, thinking she's not wrong. I mean, like, sir, can't you go right? I mean, but it was so funny, and he was just like, "Look, I've been doing this a long time. Okay,
Yeah.
I got this." But I thought it was so funny. She would not get off it. I thought it was hilarious. Very Vita thing to do. Yes. Then we see Golnesa and Adam talk about him needing. She was saying, "You're not really paying as much attention to me because you're trying to attend to Reza's needs." And Adam talks about, them trying to get to a point where, I guess because Adam's not that affectionate, and that's what Reza's love language is. I mean, I suffer from the same. I'm not a touchy-feely person either.
I just never thought I'd see the day that Reza was the touchy-feely, like lovey-dovey one. I mean, what a 180 from the way things used to be, huh?
I know. But I love how Adam is opening up a lot more. We're hearing a lot more of Adam.
Yeah.
The fact that him and Golnesa are so tight. Didn't think I knew that before, but maybe I did.
No, never.
Yeah.
When I think of them, I think of Golnesa, like, remember with like the roses? And she like comes running out of like that.
Yes.
Ouch, Gigi, when she like punched him in the face like by accident. She was like all like trying to get to like Reza or whatever.
Yep, I definitely did.
Now like they're best friends. I mean, I don't know.
Besties. Who knew? So at that point, I was just gonna say, I think. Well, I've always thought that he was good for Reza because he's very patient. Because. And I love Reza, so don't get me wrong. One of my favorites. He was always one of my favorite shots. I mean, until he started acting crazy like that. But he was definitely one of my faves, always. And I love seeing him now. I think he looks great.
Who, Reza?
Yeah.
Reza looks incredible.
He looks so good. Yeah. So, so there's that. And he's very careful in his interviews about not throwing anybody under the bus too much. He's shady on the show, but he's careful about his friends. I think he's learned some lessons clearly because he watches his words. I have seen that. He gives what he can give, but he watches his words. And I like that. It shows that he has grown too. So Bombshot shows up without Sky. How brave was that?
But you know what? Kudos to him for still showing up, even solo.
Agreed. And he has a great relationship with everybody. Why shouldn't he? I mean,
everyone likes him. his wife that they all don't like.
Exactly. Then we get this, everybody greets him, and then we hear, Adam talking about having kids with Reza. And I'm thinking, okay, that's new. They didn't stay on that very long. That was a quick little scene that they're talking about possibly having kids. Cool. And then that's when Vita and the lifeguard scene came in, but we talked about that. I just thought, y'all, one of my faves. I mean, good comic relief. Love her. And she looks great. Does she not?
She's so funny. Well, she hasn't aged since we saw her like season 1 back in like 2000, I don't know what, 11 or something.
Right. She looks the same. And that skin. I'm like, go on, Vita. Listen, not mad. So they asked Bombshot where Sky is, and he says she's in Vegas working her jewelry line or whatever. But he's still conflicted about his wife and how she was treated, and that he felt disrespected. And then MJ's encouraging Bombshot to encourage Sky to show up to her Twilight showing. I'm thinking, girl, because you know how bad Sky wants a new house. And okay, but that's not what she says her intentions were. But big bull.
And it's going to be a very important all eyes on you party, and you don't really want Sky there because Sky doesn't clearly know how to act in public.
She does not. I wanted to add this. Don't you think it's interesting how Mauricio is just hopping up on everybody's show now?
Honestly, he's so irritating to me. I used to think that he was like so hot, and now I see him and he just grosses me out.
He grosses me out too. He acts so dumb, like, like, I don't know. I mean, like whenever Kyle asks him a question, or like when Kyle asks him, how does it feel being in the old house? Oh, are you upset? They lived there for years and raised their children. He makes me so sick. Kyle, baby, he don't want you. He is so disconnected.
Not even like a little bit.
Not even a little tiny bit. When that man's like, what are you upset for? He just wants, like, please leave me alone so I can go have all the women and go live my life. He wants nothing to do with that life anymore. He loves being a bachelor, honey. Sorry.
Sure does.
Just saying. Does. So at this point, Bombshot said she will be coming for them, but no, that she's going to be coming for all of them, and forgiveness is not in her immediate future. So probably wouldn't be good for Sky to come, because at this point she wants to take everybody down. She's angry. So that's kind of how it ended. We get some glimpses of the next episode, but thought it was a good episode. I mean,
me too. I'm like really enjoying it. I can't wait for like next week that we see that Golnesa is going to try to start a jewelry line, which obviously Sky's going to welcome with open arms.
Love it. Yeah, she's going to love it. So, it's just going to get a little bit more and more interesting. So, guys, we are here for it. Hope that you're watching. And if not, this recap will get you all excited and you will check out the ValleyPersian Style. Joey, any parting words?
No, that was really it. Everything else is kind of still blasé. Like I said, Potomac was blah. Beverly Hills is blah.
So blah.
I did enjoy the Below Deck Salt Lake City crossover from the Below Deck side. Have you caught up with that?
I did, but you know what? I enjoyed it, but I was underwhelmed a little.
See, I loved it because I feel like with a new set of producers that aren't there to protect Heather Gay, I mean, I thought she was being torn apart on social media just from Salt Lake City. But the beating that she is taking on social media after the Below Deck crossover, from the Below Deck's point of view, is wild.
Fair.
Absolutely wild. And I'm loving every minute of it.
Yeah, she was the primary and she was horrid. And So I guess when I see them, I go into Real Housewives. It's hard for me to turn my brain off. I love Below Deck. And matter of fact, it's so funny. When I'm in between stuff that I really like, I just go on these Below Deck, like, binges. I watched like whole seasons last week, and I really am a Below Deck fan. It's just not one of the ones that I'm like, when it comes on, like I couldn't tell you the night. I do know when Captain Jason comes on. I do keep that up. I watch that, but the rest of them, I couldn't tell you. You know, I catch it on Peacock. You know, but it's not something I'm always just checking for. But when I sit down and really get into it, I love it. I love all of them. I really do. I even love the sailboat one. I love with Glenn or Gary or yeah. I love. So I don't know. And that's the one I can get my husband to sit down and actually watch. So there's that.
And then obviously Traders is just fantastic. They keep like the casting on that show is just so good.
So good.
Like what we're seeing with like Johnny and Tara, like I would love to see them get like their own spinoff and have it be like a Simple Life type style. Like put them in like an RV and send them out into like the West and have them live on farms and like work with these families or something. Because like I'm just so obsessed with the two of them together, and I can't have the end when like the show ends. I need more of them.
I agree. I love them. I love them together. I do. I so do.
The fact that they both survived that round table last week, still to this day, blows my mind.
Blows mine too. I know. I mean, y'all, it gets better and better every week. And as much as, you know, Rob killing it. I mean, he's got that poker face. He knows how to move. Listen, completely impressed. Pick the right trader, Eric, even though he almost got his spot blew up. But
I don't know, man. Kristen, I mean, he's been a trader for 5 minutes and Kristen was on him.
She was on him. I think they should have picked her to join.
I'm shocked that he didn't. I figured he picked Eric because Eric was kind of like,
you wouldn't suspect,
so mean, like the dumb one that he could probably easily like manipulate.
Agreed.
But I still feel like you should have picked someone that was going to be smart in like the game.
Johnny would have been the man, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but like I said, I'm here for it. That's one of my treats every week. Yeah, that's when I sit down with the snacks and really get into it. Yeah, I get my whole life on Traders. Yeah, I even wanted to go like on the regular one, but it just. I'm like, y'all, I can't. No, I got grandbabies coming this year. I can't go anywhere.
I'd be atrocious on the show.
The physical challenges would take me out. I can't do them. But
no, definitely not.
And my husband was like, you couldn't do it anyway. He was like, you're the worst liar ever. And I am. You would be able to tell on my face. If I'd be the first one, I'd be like, well, all right, guys. Well, it's fun.
Yeah,
first one going home.
Everyone would take like their blindfolds off and I'd be like, don't look at me.
Yeah. I was looking at the floor. I'd be the worst. So no, I don't need to. But I would just love to because it's such a cool show. But no, Sherry can't do it anyway. But yeah. So guys, check out if you're not Traders. Let us know what you thought of the episode. What are you thinking about the Persian Style? What were your thoughts on Real Housewives of Potomac Reunion Part 1? What were your thoughts on the stupid Jill Zarin thing, if you even want to comment on it? But just, give us some feedback. Slide in our comments and let us know what you think. And please tune in next week. We will be recapping episode 8, the Persian Style. So come on back. And whatever Bravo news is going on, we're gonna talk about it. So come on back next week. All right, Joey, final words?
I got nothing. I think that we're in like a good spot with some of these shows, although some of them are going to be like ending very, very soon. But we are getting a bunch of like new things because Ladies of London's coming back.
Yes. We got Rhode Island March.
The Valley's coming back. Real Housewives of Rhode Island's coming back. Southern Hospitality's coming back.
Yep.
Some of like my favorites. So I'm very excited.
So they keep us in stuff to talk about. So I love that.
They do.
So, right, guys. Well, y'all have a great evening. And like I said, come on back Monday. And if you haven't yet, please go ahead and like this video, subscribe, share it with a friend, hit the notification bell, and comment, please. We love to hear from you, and we will answer you back. Okay? All right. Good night.
Bye.